Who knows how this will turn out, just like all the other randos. And it looks like we are underway right away.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to start Link's
Uh,
house.
okay, Moon Pearl right off the bat. That is certainly necessary. And we do see both 5-6 crystals in the Light World on Tower of Hera and Desert Palace, respectively, along with another crystal at Eastern. So all our pendants are in the Dark World today.
Interesting. Interesting setup to see where the pendants will be.
Getting some arrows from that first tree pull, and we will see what's at our uncle situation here. Bombs, which if this were standard, you'd be pretty happy about getting bombs from uncle. Sort of.
Kind of, depending on if you get anything else.
Yeah.
That's a hard container, so...
So nothing like super relevant in the uncle's tunnel. And basically everyone heading for Sanctuary. They're making it easy on our trackers today by all going the exact same way.
That is at least very interesting to see when it's open mode, because usually you see somebody start in Zank and some in Link's house, and then it all ends up being a mess somewhere down the line.
And of course, speaking of our trackers, we have Raylan Tank here and Seiryu X on that. So shout outs to them getting that done. Some people going for Lumberjack Cave, some people skipping it entirely. 50 rupees in the hideout.
But a glove on the mushroom spot.
And just 20 in the Lumberjack, so our left side runners are informed about the lack of Aghanim requirement so far.
I don't think we will go to Aghanim just for a big 20 on that. Lumberjack Ledge.
Could still need it for just straight Dark World access, but it is fairly unlikely at this point.
Just a hammer away from that Dark World access.
Sunshine does another map check just so we can sort of confirm that. And now we're going to get to see what's in Blind's Hut. 5 items, one of the many major item locations in this game. 10 arrows, 300 rupees, very nice. Another piece of heart, a bottle with a potion in it, relevant for Sit Kid, and of course, more bombs. It's always great to see the bombs in the place you needed bombs to get to.
I use 1, get 3.
Dataplet being the one contrarian here, actually going to the back of Escape before heading to CAC. Ice Rod in the well. Back of Escape has a mail upgrade, some bombs, and a key. 50 rupees also in the piece of heart, flute,
Ooh.
and a sword.
Pretty stacked Kakariko so far.
If you'll indulge me, I might have something prepared here in a second.
Take it away, Bob.
I'll wait for the audio on stream to get there. Time for a daily race. You must keep up your pace, and you could win first place if you're the best. But even if you do, the RNG might beat you. It can make you go to all of the chests.
Fantastic as always, Bob. Fantastic.
All right. We are now underway once again, heading to Chicken Hut and Sick Kid after that. Another big heart. Like to see some early hearts, but you don't want to go out of your way for too many after a little.
Chickens want to give you some love today. Big 20 at the sick kid today, so that bottle, well, you got some money. Ending up with 3 bombs as well in the tavern.
Alright, so we'll see what the library holds. This is always a quick check for people. Just a piece of heart, so no need to worry about that. You will still want to see the boots for sure, if you are, any of these runners.
I mean, the boots would be pretty awesome to get really early on.
And just bombs in the race game, so no one headed for that. And both runners now fluting away. Old Man Sunshine fluting to 4, while Simo fluting to 7. I feel like 7 is probably the better call here.
I guess Old Man just wants to see the world a little bit.
Alright, we get to see what is in the sunken treasure spot. More bombs.
More. We're not running out of bombs, at least.
I'm certainly not opposed to bombs, and you mean it? I mean, at this point, well, they do have a sword, but you might want to use some of those bombs for the mini Moldorm situation. Sometimes I don't like having to stab the mini Moldorms because they like to, move in a very random pattern.
And they sure have some very weird pattern for the bombs, at least.
Alright. Simo takes care of mini Moldorm.
Another heart container, a piece of... Ooh, that's a hook shot.
Whoa.
A piece of heart. So... each side of Death Mountain is so completely open.
Ooh, yeah, that is a big deal. Another huge item location there. 7 in one spot plus Spiral Cave. And Simo is taking the hint, heading directly up there. He's going to go ahead and get the old man, even though this is out of logic. It does give you another point to start from, and it's relatively simple dark room once you learn.
Sleepy Knight picked up a Master Sword inside of that Ice Sword Cave.
Ooh. I feel like some of our runners might completely miss out on that, so pretty nice advantage early on. Difference between Fighter Sword and Master is pretty big. Difference between Mastered and Temper is also pretty big. Difference between Tempered and Gold, not that much.
It will be interesting to see what they find up here on Death Mountain, because as you're saying, that might make people not go to Ice Cream Cave, so...
Alright, so we are seeing Spectacle Rock Cave. On top of Spectacle Rock Cave. So, Simo is making the move that a lot of people started making, just going into Spectacle Rock Cave. Ooh, turns out to be Ether, probably a good call then. But also there's a hint in here, which tends to help you out. Quake is in Ganon's Tower.
Don't think we will see that.
Probably not. It also means that if you find out that either Turtle Rock or Misery Mire is Quake, not only do you know that you don't have to get it because it'll be a pendant, but also you don't have to go in there, probably.
Yeah, most likely. If you have access to Gan's Tower, you're probably pretty much just going to just wrap up the seed by that time.
All right. Speaking of which, Simo now heading into Paradox Cave. Plenty of items here. A lamp, so that puts the old man rescuing logic. Old Man Sunshine going for the fake flipper play. Very interesting.
He did farm some rupees for having money for Sora. Ooh.
That's the other glove. We've got Mushroom also in Paradox Cave. And a red boomerang. So the mushroom could be relevant.
It sure could. But
Whoa!
Ooh, the bow. That's a nice find.
A hobo. It also looks like Palace of Darkness was our green pendant, according to the check on Dataplet's screen.
Oh boy. Some pretty good items so far for our runners.
So the fake flipper paying off pretty big for Old Man Sunshine here. We know that bow is going to be required for Eastern Palace, and I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised to see him just go do that pretty soon.
He will most likely do it soon, since it's a crystal and we can just finish it off as fast as possible.
Alright, just a pair of big 20s in the waterfall cave. And 10 arrows on the ledge.
100 rupees down in the spiral cave.
That is, of course, the only 100 rupee drop in the game. Normally found at the front of Eastern Palace, if I'm not mistaken. And a blue boomerang on Zora. So all of our runners have access to boomerangs right now. Dataplet hasn't quite gotten his yet, but it'll happen, I'm sure.
So we're going to see all the boomerangs this seed. And yeah, we're going to, because we already saw the boomerang on Simo.
Alright, Simo picking up the blue mail and gonna use his lamp to head to the dark escape room. And that rat just trying to get away from him today.
Chase that rat.
You dirty rat. And bees!
Not the bees!
Yes, the bees. Alright. A big heart on the desert ledge, and Old Man Sunshine will be the first of our runners, unless I missed it, to check Agina's cave.
Well, I do believe he's the first one to do it, actually. And we're going to get a mushroom check here.
Another full heart in Agina's cave. Certainly not anything to complain about. Bombos on the mushroom check.
Could be pretty
Well, now
useful.
we know where all the medallions are. Sort of.
Well, we do know that the Quake is in GT somewhere a safe room, so we'll not
We
see
don't
that
know
one.
exactly where, but yeah. All right, and Old Man Sunshine now following in everyone else's footsteps to grab the old man. Gonna get ether, gonna get mushroom, gonna get lamp. Could get bombos. What was that on the floating island? I just missed it.
I do not know what that was because I was checking out Sleepy Night. That's inside of Hyrule Castle so far.
Like, my brain thought it saw the Cane of Samaria, but I could be making that up.
Well, we would need the cane for 2 reasons then. Not the cane, the mirror for 2 reasons if there's a cane of Samaria on that floating island.
Old man following old man is, as stated by our chat, pretty classic right there. The geriatric parade.
So far, the front of Escape have a map and $20. So let's see what the sellers just have for us.
Interesting. Apparently, Sleepy Night elected not to check Spectacle Rock Cave. Oh, Fire Rod! Hello!
Then that is one good item.
Alright, so Simo is now heading to the big key chest of Eastern. Now, unlike Old Man Sunshine, he does not have the bow. He will not be able to finish this dungeon.
Simo found all the items inside of Eastern.
I know he's found 2.
And there's 3, right, in Eastern.
Correct. Oh,
Ooh.
yep, there's a sword for Simo. And Sleepy Night is doing the Aghanim play.
Right.
Which, let's be fair,
This
not
is the correct one.
a crazy thing. Considering we know that the second MIT is locked behind Dark World access anyway. Because it's on the island, on the water island. The Lake Hylia island.
Yeah, and we don't have any hammer and we are running out of locations, so this is probably the correct one. Unless we forgot a place to go.
Well, another minor upside with going to Aga 1 is you do get another hint coming up. Could be useful. Okay, it was just a big 20 up on the floating island. Dataflet taking a bit of a spill. I think it was on purpose.
I think he's trying to set up a death warp. But that also means that we know 3 locations for swords to seed.
Yep, it's gonna feel good to be the one guy with the tempered sword. Sleepy remembering the hint tile. Okay. Actually, reasonably useful hint. Telling us that the green pendant only gives you a heart container. So if we find out that there's not a useful item on Helmasaur, we may just get to skip that if we go to pod at all.
Yeah, unless this would somehow play out to be a pedestal seed. Well, you don't need to turn it in. Excuse me.
Alright, so Dataplet also heading to Aga Tower. Old Man Sunshine, as expected, gonna go deal with Eastern Palace, so he's probably gonna be the first of our runners to pick up the Tempered Sword.
And we'll be the first runner on the restream to pick up Crystal as well, because he can clear it out.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Sleepy Night up on the Aga 1 fight. Time to see how much the RNG loves you and or hates you. I'll give you a hint. The RNG does not love you.
Him doesn't love you today.
Alright, that's 4 hits so far. And 3 blue balls. 4 blue balls. Ah. That's 5. And 6. And 7. Good lord.
It's one feisty Aghanim today.
I mean, it's not the worst RNG I've ever seen, but it's like the RNG that sort of made you feel like, yeah, I'm almost there, and then nope.
No Dark World for you.
Alright, on the pyramid we have red mail. So that is more protection.
Could be useful.
Pretty much. And it looks like Sleepy Night is going to head for catfish time. He might just be crossing the river, but I'd probably check catfish while I'm up here just because it's so out of the way to do so otherwise. There's our map check. Our pendants are Palace of Darkness, as we know before, Ice Palace, and Misery Mire. Oh, just going across the river.
That's some pretty decent pendant locations. Hopefully you don't need to do Mire, maybe.
We did get the flute, though, so that location is going to be available once we get the Titan's Mitts. But for all we know, the Titan's Mitts could be go mode, because the mirror is going to be required for those, as well as the flippers. Though there are some minor glitches you can do to get around the flippers. They're also a giant pain. Alright, so Old Man Sunshine will be picking up a crystal here. The but then we'll be headed directly for Aghanim, I'm sure.
You can do the Aga climb with tempered swords, so that's nice.
Yep, very nice. Moon Sunshine also going for the 90 rupees here in Eastern Palace. Those of you who don't know that that is a room that you rarely ever see in any sort of Zelda speedrun. Yeah, I believe all of our runners have that illumination device.
I think that will be our first run to go into Palace of Darkness right now.
Ooh. So yeah, Data's going for Palace of Darkness. It is a pendant dungeon, so it's a pretty interesting play on his part. And he does not have the bow, though he will be able to use a potion glitch to get to the right-hand side, if he so desires. I mean, if I'm coming to a pendant dungeon, I'm clearing out as much of it as I can, because I don't want to come back.
Typically, when you have done Aga 1 and you don't have anything else to go, like Dark World access, Pod usually pays out sometimes.
Well, apparently, I miscounted the items in Eastern. There was an item on Armos as well, so it's just bombs, but there you go. Sleepy Night is in the back of Skull Woods. And now we see Old Man Sunshine heading for Hyrule Castle. Now, I imagine he'll also clear out the basement first, but after that, an Aga play does seem reasonable.
Yeah, he's not going to find anything more here, so Aga was required today.
Luckily, he is going to get that fire rod, but other than that, it's nothing that gets you to the Dark World. That's
that was a joke hint inside of Pod.
Oh, Sleepy Night getting wall mastered in the back of Skull Woods. Gonna have to do that again. And is kind of low on magic, so may have to refill here. There are places to do it. There are 2 pots in this particular room that have magic, and 2 more in the next room.
And Catfish just having $20 for us today.
Sleepy Night now has exactly enough. Oh, he's gonna use the lamp to light one of the torches. Alright, so Potion Glitch in Pod did a thing. Old Man Sunshine setting up the Death Warp off of the guard there. Cutting it a little close, but pulls it off, gets the fire rod.
Time to bomb yourself.
Alright, Sleepy Night finally makes it to Mothula. 7 hearts, Master Sword Mothula, but you do have red mail. So one of the things about Moth is the mail does protect you. It does have the damage from Moth himself, but it doesn't protect you from the spikes. So, if you're on green mail and you're going to get hit, you'd rather get hit from the spikes. If you're on red mail and you're going to get hit, you'd rather just take it from Mothula's face.
But Dataplet found something very useful inside of Pod. The hammer.
Yep. Sure is a thing. So yeah, the hammer in its vanilla dungeon. Now, I bet Dataplet's like, man, I wish I had done that before going right side. So then you could have just jumped down. That being said, not a huge deal.
Oh, but that,
Oh, there's the Cane of Samaria as well. Hello.
oh boy.
Palace of Darkness, although it's a green pendant, is paying off dividends here.
Pod was a good choice to pick out when you just did Aghanim.
So basically, at this point, so we know where the bow is. We're looking for flippers, mirror, potentially boots, and we know where the Titan's mitts are.
Yeah, we are. We're not far away from that thing we call go mode.
There's the last sword in pod as well.
Well, that's a pretty good sword to find. You don't need to pick up any more swords if you don't want to.
And Dataplet does do a quick check, notices the only thing missing is the compass, so that's going to be on Helmasaur. So as long as you know that the green pendant is garbage, which you should if you climbed Aga Tower, then you shouldn't have any reason to go to Helmasaur.
And do you believe we can say that I think our pedestal is pretty much dead right now, right?
There's the odd boots scenario.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I mean, like, yeah. I think, yeah, no, that's it. Boots are the only potentially required item that could be there. Can't have flippers, can't have mirror because the Titan's mitts are behind them.
It's gonna be fun to see where that mirror ends up being.
Alright. Speaking of, we've got Sleepy Night inside Thieves Town now, finding the required big key up front. And Dataplet going for the catfish play.
He's going to get his 20 rupees.
Old Man Sunshine is about to get 7 blue balls in the face. Now, lucky for Dataplet, he knows that he can just, or he actually has access to the traditional Dark World portals and does not have to go directly from Hyrule Castle. So he can go straight to Hype Cave, which is what he's doing.
Do you think Hype Cave will be hype?
It's possible. I mean, I think flippers are going to be there. That's just what I think. Yeah, Mirror's going to continue to evade us for a while, but Flipper's going to be in here.
Sleepy picked up silver arrows inside of Thieves Town.
All right. That means most of our runners probably will pick up the silvers, which is good. You hate to have to, worry about silverless at the end. Okay.
Oh my god.
So Flippers and Mirror in Hype Cave. Good lord. So, I mean,
And
you just
magic,
go get
if
the
you want
mitts,
that.
right? Oh wait,
And,
Dataplet probably doesn't know that the mitts are there.
No, he does not, since he didn't fake flipper, but you can
Basically,
always...
the only person who does is Old Man Sunshine. Old Man Sunshine, if he gets to Hype Cave, is gonna flip his mind.
But you can always clear out Swamp Palace as fast as possible.
Yeah, there is Swamp Palace. Now, the unfortunate part about this is you're still looking... well, I mean, you don't necessarily need the boots.
The only thing Data is looking for right now is, well, Timesmiths and the bow.
Right. So he doesn't know where the Titan's mitts or the bow are. And so he's going to have to basically full clear swamp. Love is in the Lost Woods. No kidding, Swamp.
That it was at least a boot glove hint. At least it was not about the other glove. But Old Man Sunshine is going to be happy now. He's heading straight to pod.
Oh yeah. Once Old Man Sunshine gets that hammer and cane, if he heads to Hype Cave, he's gonna be go mode, basically. Or, you know, he's gonna be like half and half go mode depending on the boots. But I mean, I'd play it like I was in go mode until I found out I wasn't.
It will pretty much come down to if Desert Palace is boot locked or not by now.
Right. Or, of course, that extremely trolly torch situation in GT. But that's beside the point. That's never going to happen.
Nah, even if it would happen, boots would probably be inside of GT. Probably. Maybe.
It's like I just wanted to say that's never going to happen so that when it does happen, somebody can come back and pull up the clip where I said that's never going to happen. But now they can pull up the longer clip of me saying that's never going to happen, but it is going to happen. So anyways, the meta commentary is too real, and I'm going to stop.
I think you gave me a headache there for a second, Bob. Sleepy Knight takes down Blind, getting his second, getting their second crystal.
Old Man Sunshine picking up that hammer, actually getting the slightly faster route here, because he did find the hammer early. Now he can go for the right side and just jump down. Feels good, man.
This is going to pay off for Old Man Sunshine with this routing. He did in the early stages with picking up the bow and all that.
There's the big key of Swamp for Dataplet. Not going to go back for the big chest yet.
Actually, even if Old Man Sunshine picked up about that hint about the green pendant, but he's the only one that can actually full clear pilot if he wants to.
If he counts his items after checking all the rest of them, he should know that Helmosaur doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
And then knowing that the green pendant is worthless, you'd feel kind of incentivized to just leave it behind. Dataplate going for the Argus kill.
Pretty nice to have that tempered sword during this fight.
Yep. Speaking of swords, I imagine Old Man Sunshine might end up pulling out butter.
Yeah, he should be on Butter Sword anytime soon. But Sleepy Knight's gonna pick up their Hype Cave stuff.
All right, Red Cane picked up by Old Man Sunshine, while Dataplet is heading back into Swamp, having completed it, just to get the remaining items.
You never know that those boots might be on that side. Well, he mirrored out, so let's check the big chest and you're out.
Right, Simo finishing off Thieves Town as well. Alright, Old Man Sunshine has acquired all of the items here in Pod, and he just now saw the the missing compass, and he's like, "Yep, I'm out."
Realized that I don't need to do that helmet sword today.
And it looks like Old Man Sunshine is going directly for Hype Cave, so this is going to be huge.
Well,
he's going to be able to get those Titan's mitts, which he doesn't quite yet have, but he will soon.
He's going to be very happy with Hype Cave today.
And so if I'm Old Man Sunshine in this scenario, I look at my items and I'm like, this is potential go mode. The very next thing I'm doing is I'm going to desert to check if I'm in go mode.
Yeah, that sounds like the best situation, right? And just check if you're actually in go mode, and then just, if you are, just clear out everything. Just go nuts.
Though I guess that does mean that it's possible that Old Man Sunshine won't pick up the silvers. Because the big key was the very first thing in Thieves Town, so there's a chance you don't get it. Sleepy Knight is into Tower of Hera. Flippers in the Mirror were both in Hype Cave right there.
Hype Cave was pretty damn hype today. Flippers, Mirror, and Half Magic, actually.
Alright, Old Man Sunshine pulling out the flute. Where is it? 6, as expected.
I think Old Man Sunshine is listening to you, Bob. He has you. He's using your. He's using your thoughts. He's using your brain now.
It's possible, but probably not. All right, Old Man Sunshine is going to the entrance of Mire.
Ah, he's going to open up Mire and check if there's just maybe opening up.
It's very interesting. Mire is a pendant dungeon. I mean, is he betting on pedestal? I don't see why you would. Okay, he's just gonna open it.
I mean,
if you're freaking me out, Old Man Sunshine, you're freaking me out.
The only item that could be there is, like you said, the boots. Right. Okay, here's a moment of truth now. Is Old Man Sunshine in go mode?
Alright, checking the torch.
Oh boy.
Useless item. That means desert is wide open for the taking.
He's going to do it.
Simo also getting the mitts here.
So for Old Man Sunshine, he's in go mode and Seema as well because he's going to Hobo now.
Unless that GT Torch thing happens, which as we all know, never happens.
Oh yeah, Seema hasn't been in pod either, so he doesn't. Well, I think he must have been. Oh, now he did the whole.
Yeah, I think he did the entire loop.
Yeah.
All right, so he picks up the bow from Hobo. That is the second of our runners to pick up the bow. While Old Man Sunshine will be making his way to the back of Desert Palace.
Looks like this seed turned out to be a very fast one.
I mean, the only way it could be faster is if you had the boots, but you wouldn't want to have to go find them, so...
Wouldn't surprise me one bit if you end up finding them somewhere.
So here's a scenario for you. So you're Old Man Sunshine, you're in go mode, essentially. You go up to Death Mountain, you go through... Ooh, book in Mireshed, interesting. Anyways, so you go through Turtle Rock. You get through all that, you never find the boots. Do you check... what's it called? Hookshot Cave along the way to GT.
I mean, maybe. It's a pretty fast check, so you can always do that. But I don't know actually. It's a pretty good. What would you do, Bob?
So I'm a wimp, so yes. The boots is in Ice Palace.
Well, so do you go into Ice Palace?
So no, I wouldn't go into Hookshot Cave, and I wouldn't check Ice Palace either. I don't think. I mean, I'd go to GT, and if the boots are on the torch or the keys on the torch, then I go to Ice Palace.
Well, I gotta say this seed is, except that you had to do Aghanim, it's pretty friendly to our runners.
All right, so Old Man Sunshine heading into Swamp. So I don't think Old Man Sunshine actually read that hint about the boots being in Ice Palace, whereas Simo did. So there's a little bit of upside information. So like, Old Man Sunshine might check a few extra chests looking for the boots just in case. It is
Yeah.
It is the good old 95.45% go mode for Old Man Sunshine.
I think you're correct because I don't remember Old Man Sunshine reading that hint.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't know Turtle Rock Medallion, but we know that Quake is in GT, so we know that they have it.
And Old Man Sunshine is doing what we talked about. He's go moding all the dungeons now.
Quake is in GT. It's a good hint. And not to mention, it was right next to another medallion.
Well,
right, so let's see if Old Man Sunshine just go modes this dungeon.
I think he does because he didn't even bomb the first the wall, so he's go moding Swamp Palace.
Nice.
Sleepy Knight knows where the Titansmith is now, at least.
Yeah, as I might have expected, Old Man Sunshine did go ahead and check this waterfall chest, because there could be silver arrows in there or something to that effect, at least from where he's sitting.
Do you think he will check some extra chests in Thieves Town, maybe?
Possibly, but I don't know if he's going to go as far out of the way to get these silver arrows. It would be kind of weird.
Butter Sword versus Argus, that's a pretty nice feeling.
So one thing you can do with the butter sword is literally just hold the thing out and start pulling puffs toward you, and it just kind of works because poke damage will kill them. All right, big 20 on Argus, and Old Man Sunshine is up to 3 crystals. So I imagine the route from here is go to Skullwood's Thieves Town, go to Turtle Rock, go to Tower of Hera, and then go to Gen's Tower. It is always a good feeling when you get to just go to Tower of Hera last.
Yeah, of course. This is actually this for Old Man Sunshine, really good way for him. Like, perfect routing.
Old Man Sunshine filling up the potion flasks for that final go mode run. Yeah, so the silver arrows are in the most out of the way chest in Thieves Town there. It would be kind of difficult for him to do that. Okay, so Old Man Sunshine did flute to 1, and then he's like, wait a minute, I have some dungeons to do.
This is 2 quick dungeons to clear out. And that hookshot cave we talked about earlier, that was pretty bad hookshot cave today. Just a lot of rubies.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing for Simo being, of course, that he has not touched Palace of Darkness, which does, of course, hold the remaining 2 items that he needs.
I think that could be one of those last location dungeons you go into, since it's pendant.
Yeah, let's be fair. I feel like if the way pod goes here today is you either do pod early, like the minute you get there, or you do pod last. That was the powder on the ether tablet, so that's fun.
A little bit of safety to pick up.
What can I say? I love me some powder.
Well, Old Man Sunshine is probably loving this dungeon right now.
Yep. The half magic is going to make this easier than it was for anybody else to get through that section. The butter sword, of course, going to make... Oh, no!
No! Commentator's curse. That's that hand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so someone in chat just mentioned it. There was a interesting moment a minute ago when Simo was having to get through a portal towards, or wanted to avoid mirroring through a portal, and lifted up a bomb so that they could get through it. That does work.
I didn't actually know it worked, so that's cool actually.
Yeah, I've seen people use that to get out from in front of Eastern Palace when they had left a portal from Pod. Seen that fairly often. All right, so the gold sword on Mothula. Of course, one of the anecdotes is in this particular version of the randomizer, the damage for the gold sword has been adjusted so that it does the same as the tempered sword, because otherwise you would have to poke Mothula to damage with the gold sword.
And Sleepy Knight picks up their bow from Hobo and their glove.
All right, so the only runner left without the bow is Dataplet, who is the only other runner besides Old Man Sunshine that has the hammer and cane. Sleepy Knight is going to head to Eastern Palace without going through Pod. So that's going to be unfortunate.
Well, that's probably going to end up with that last location of Pod.
All right, Thieves Town for Old Man Sunshine. Once again, I'm going to grab this first chest, which contains the big key, and I wouldn't be surprised if he just makes a beeline for the door here. Yep, so Old Man Sunshine will be leaving the silver arrows behind, it looks like. But with the butter sword in hand, Silverless is not quite that bad. You can get through the first few phases pretty easily, and then just a standard 12 spins for the second, or for the final phase.
Pretty nice routing now for Old Man. Nothing major ahead of him, more than probably Turok.
Yeah, you just couldn't have done this much better. There are a few things that you could have cut out, but I mean, there's no way you could have known.
Oh god, no. That early Hobo play Old Man Sunshine did really paid out.
Yeah. Basically, the only thing Old Man Sunshine could have done that would have improved the situation was wait until after doing Pod to do Eastern. But then he wouldn't have had the mirror anyway, so.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean it worked out pretty well for Old Man.
Besides, doing Eastern got him the tempered sword for the climb up Aga Tower and such. So there you go.
Going to be interesting to see when Data hits the water and see where the bow and glove is.
Well, Men Sunshine did go ahead and grab the chest right next to the maiden, because why not? It's literally right there. But as we know, not important. You're just now crossing the 1 hour mark here, with Old Man Sunshine about to pick up his 5th crystal and is in very, very close to go mode. Probably go mode.
What did you say? 99.4% go mode?
95.4.
Okay, 95.
It's 11 out of 20, or 21 out of 22.
I mean, it would be quite a twist to the tail if those boots and ice pelts was actually required, so...
Yeah, and of course, Old Man Sunshine didn't read that hint, so... Whew!
So it's time for a Turok for Old Man Sunshine.
Simo doing a bunch of overworld checks here. These are going to be kind of slow, unfortunately. Going for the hammerless bat check instead of going for purple chest. And that's another shield. So I think we've actually seen all the shields at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about it. And Data is doing the thing he needs to do. He's going to... Wait, what?
What? Well, he was, and then he decided, wait a minute. Oh, maybe he just accidentally hit the flute. And he sees the Titan's mitts. It's like, wait, what do I do?
I hope he goes to Hobu later on.
Yeah, I imagine... So I think he was like, well, I want to check Hobo first, and then he realized, wait, I can just grab this, jump down, and then check Hobo.
And that was Bamboo's for Turok, which we already had.
Yep. So, turns out we could get into all of the medallion lock dungeons. No reason to do so for Misery Mire, though. Like, we can definitively say there's nothing useful in Misery Mire.
Yeah, nothing our runners will need to finish off the seed.
Right. Oh no, Dataplet is not jumping in the water.
Oh boy. That could be a thing for Data to go into Misery Mire.
So Men Sunshine did find a small key in the first Turtle Rock chest. A map. And the big key. So small key, big key. So far, so good. So yeah, Dataplet, I imagine, wanted to check if the boots were going to be required. But of course, because he doesn't have the bow, he's going to check some of these other things here in Desert.
He will probably just clear out desert as well.
Another small key for Old Man Sunshine, as you would expect there. All Old Man Sunshine will need to do to be able to beat Turtle Rock now is find one more small key in a chest. Now, most people will go to the end of the dungeon as quickly as possible. The worst case scenario is there's a key in the vanilla big key chest and the big chest, because then if you skip to the end, you miss out on the key. It's not common.
Guess we will see and wait and see what almost. Oh yeah, he's doing what you said.
Yeah. Now, if he decides to go to the big chest, that will alleviate that problem. Whether there's something in the big chest or not, but it does mean you had to go to the big chest. So that's the thing. You have the sure route that wastes a little bit of time, and you have the mostly sure route that wastes basically no time. And Old Man Sunshine is going for the sure route here. I expected Cube to chime up for that one. Because he always gets on to me for doing that. And, yep, does turn out not particularly useful.
I mean, it's a compass. It could be very useful if you don't know the layout.
I can't find the chest, man.
Dude, where's this chest, dude?
$300 rupees here. So I think that does mean that the vanilla big key chest is definitely a key. So there's a key on Laser Bridge somewhere, and who knows where. Now, in theory, we have to do some bootless laser skips here.
That's a pain to do.
Yeah, I've been working on that actually a little bit because I don't know if you know, but there's a bit of a tournament for the whole Cross World Key Sanity thing coming up, and you run into Laser Bridge early often. Alright, so Old Man Sunshine is just going to take the safety door, which is perfectly fine. That gives you all the chances you need at the bootless laser skip.
Simo, you might want to continue inside this dungeon.
Oh, and gets it on the first chest that he checks.
That's pretty nice that you find it in the first chest.
Yeah, on the laser bridge, if you are bootless, one thing you can do is actually just fall in the hole from either the top or the bottom and reach the first couple of chests without taking any damage. Dataplet is getting jebaited into Misery Mire, which is unfortunate.
You saw those Titan Smiths and was on his way to Hobo, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure that, you know, I'm as were you, pretty sure that he was on his way to Hobo, and if once he finds the bow, I would not be surprised to see him just completely tilt out.
I wouldn't... Like, I would understand if you did it. But, Trinex is down for Old Man Sunshine, so he only has Tower of Arrow left.
I do so love doing Hera last. Feels great.
Oh boy, Bob. Simo is in a bit of a issue here. He mirrored out before getting his Cane of Samaria.
Oh no. That's a problem.
Yeah, I don't think he will be back in pod for a while.
Maybe. I mean, where else does he have to go, though? Mire?
Swamp.
Oh, he hasn't done Swamp yet. Oh,
And the Ice Palace just opened up for him.
that doesn't feel great.
Nope.
Luckily, Old Man Sunshine has no reason to take the slow way through Hera. Our other runners, most of them did sit out the waiting time. But Old Man Sunshine will have none of it.
He's a man on a mission right now.
It is apparently a secret to everybody over in Misery Mire, so not even the hint in Mire is helpful.
Disgusting, Mr. Meyer.
Sleepy Night picking up the powder. And double slash from Old Man Sunshine to completely destroy Moldorm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, where do you think that big key is? There's 22 locations in Ganon's Tower, and we all know you're thinking 3, or 1, depending on if he goes left or right.
Well, as you said, it most likely will not happen, so I'm going to say Tile Room.
All right.
I'm pretty sure you want that key to be on the torch, Bob.
I mean, I usually go for Bob's chest, not Bob's torch. But we'll see. Alright, yeah, Old Man is just... Sunshine is just going directly for the torch to make sure that we don't have a worst case scenario. And we're good. No boots required today. Old Man Sunshine is actually in go mode.
Well, you did say it, Bob. It really never happens with this scenario we had.
And he's got this small key. Oh, and there's the big key right there. That's location number 5. So we've got like a 3 and a 7.
I mean, this just made it way faster.
All right. So, Old Man Sunshine once again completely in go mode. See, he had the mirror out because I assume he was going to head right after that room, which made sense given his initial play, but wasn't going to be necessary. And this is going to be a stupidly fast time.
The only way this seed could have been way faster is because of those boots. So doing this bootless and getting a fast time like this. Oh boy, this was a good seed.
Like, the only other weird thing I could have seen is somebody just making the dip for Ice Palace and the boots being in the very first chest, and then you go from there. And you just bail. But that would be just weird.
I mean, what would the odds be for something like that?
I mean, I've seen it before.
You have seen it all, Bob.
There's a point at which all the seeds just run together, you know?
And Dataplet's still looking for that bow.
So just letting you know, somebody has already finished this race. Which is just ridiculous. But none of our on-stream runners have. But Old Man Sunshine here is very, very closely in the running for second place here.
Yeah, he's not far away now.
Having to climb the tower bootless is never fun.
I mean, it's not fun, but gotta say, Old Man is doing this pretty fast. So Semo can't really do much. Needs to go back to pod.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. Dataplet, of course, also in an unfortunate situation, having not checked the hobo. Sleepy Night, however, seems to be making the play now. Has a chance if they manage to go in, grab the hammer, and continue to grab the Cane of Samaria. That will be go mode for Sleepy Night.
Yeah, he hopefully doesn't bail out when he get that hammer. Oof, Trolldorm being Trolldorm. But let's see if Old Man Sunshine get some revenge on him.
I feel like there's a chance that Simo might have just miscounted keys or something and thought there was a key in the Harmless Hellway. Or maybe he just didn't go to the back at all.
I don't think he went to the back.
So he mirrored basically after getting the hammer.
Pretty much.
Sleepy Night is about to grab the hammer. Well, not just yet. Alright. Old Man Sunshine on Aga 2. I think that might have just counted as 1.
I think it was just a 1, but it should have been a double.
Geometry is weird.
Sleepy did the same thing and mirrored out.
Oh no! Well, I hope you guys are ready for a lot of checks. And there we go, Old Man Sunshine finishing off Aga 2. Has 2 hearts left. Does have some potions, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he stacked up before going into Turo Rock, and I don't think he used one.
Looks like Dataplet might be having some connection issues. We'll see his stream come back here in a second. Alright, Simo's about to go get the Cane of Samaria. That's going to feel pretty good. Old Man Sunshine entering phase 2, pulling out a potion. And a second potion.
He's going all in on Ganir, and
that should put him into phase 3. Uh-oh. No, Old Man Sunshine did not find the arrows in Thieves Town, but he did get the torch glitch. Alright, so far just the 1 hit. You need 12. The trick with this, you want to dodge the fire bat and then get into position to spin Ganon. It is possible to get 3 in 1 torch lighting. It is not the world's easiest play.
ooh, he needs to be careful here.
Unka S indeed. And down he goes! Whew! That was a little frightening, but well played.
That was
Old Man Sunshine here.
That was a little bit too intense for my taste.
And official finish for Old Man Sunshine is 3rd place with a time of 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 54 seconds, apparently beating his SRL personal best by 5 minutes and 47 seconds. Congratulations, Old Man Sunshine.
Yeah, GG's indeed.
And we have now been joined by our first finisher on stream. 3rd place overall, Old Man Sunshine. Congratulations.
GG's.
I think we heard some sound trying to happen, but it didn't actually come through.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, there we go.
Okay. Thanks, GG's.
All right, that was certainly a play. So basically, I'm sure one thing, you got the bow early and found out where that glove was. So that was nice. So that once you got the flippers and mirror, you're just like, oh, I'm going to go get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get that and then go finish the game.
Yeah. We saw you make a beeline for desert just to make sure you're still good.
Yeah, and then open Mire just cause.
And then go. I assume that your Ganon's Tower route was influenced by the fact that you wanted to know as quickly as possible if the torch was required.
Honestly, that's my normal route. I think it's the Dark Magician where you
Yeah.
do half of left and then go full right. That's actually my normal route, but in this seed I would have done that either way just to make sure.
Yeah. Turns out, in the room where the torch was in desert, the hint in that room told you where the boots were.
Ah!
They were in Ice Palace, so
Well, I wasn't going there.
yeah. I don't think anybody is. If we see Ice
Maybe the
Palace in
first
this seed,
chest.
something has gone horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah, maybe that first chest I might have checked, but
Yeah, this was some pretty solid routing. I'm gonna say some of it was probably more fortunate than foreseen, but hey,
I would say so, yes. Yeah, the decision to push on in pod turned out to be a good move because I got the cane out of that.
oh yeah, because picking up that hammer earlier, like, because
Exactly.
a couple of our runners actually did bail directly after getting the hammer, and that's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, my first thought was, oh, I'll just try the bow lock side since I have the bow, and it's like, well, I got my keys, may as well check the back and get my stuff. So that was fortunate.
Yeah. So another one of our runners had the unfortunate occasion to. So they went into the water. So they had already been to pod, got the hammer and cane, and they also had the flippers and mirror, but they didn't have the bow yet or the Titan's mitts. They jumped into the water, saw the Titan's mitts, thought about going to Hobo, and didn't.
And didn't. Oh, dear.
And then they went and grabbed the mitts and left, and that's basically why one of our other runners here has officially forfeit.
Yep, that would do it. Yeah, there's a couple places in the seed where you get an item, but you have to keep going to get another item.
Yeah. So how about that that free Titans mitts package in Hype Cave there?
Yeah, that was surprising. I was expecting to find the flippers because of that hint that it was locked by a bomb, but then I saw the mirror as well, and I went, "Oh, okay, I'll just go then."
Yeah, so I made the exact same prediction going in. I was like, they're gonna find the flippers. The mirror's gonna take a while. Nope.
Nope. Here, have a mirror.
Yeah, it's just like, okay. So if you went a certain way during the seed, it was pretty straightforward. I guess the only thing that you could have saved some time on is if you'd have saved Eastern for after pod. But even then, you probably wouldn't have had the mirror, so.
Yeah, and at the time I was still looking for items to hopefully avoid Aggle 1, which turned out to not be the case. So, the dive into Eastern made sense.
Yeah, I mean, once you saw that second glove on the island there, you're just like, well, it's probably Aga.
Yep. Unless I find the hammer, it's Aga.
So yeah, that was pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure I would have, gotten about a 2 hours and 20 minutes on this seed.
Yeah, especially when items are hidden in pendant dungeons, and even worse, you find one and there's another one still further in. That's easy to trip up on.
I think if I'd have gone into pod early, I probably would have cleared it. But I'm not sure I would have gone into pod early.
Yeah, that was actually a bit of a mistake. I forgot I had the hook shot, so I could have gone over to the other side of the map. But I just pressed on, and well, I was fortunate.
Well, that is how they say it is often in randomizer as well it is in life. It's often about making the wrong move at the right time.
Rather be lucky than good.
Oh yeah. So we have one of our runners now in Turtle Rock. Oh my goodness, somebody's heading into Ice Palace.
Did they say the hint?
Maybe? What are they looking for? Kane, right.
Ah, well, they're going to be happy. Unless they don't go that far.
Well, they've been into pod, got the hammer, didn't get Kane.
Yep, they'll be going back.
All right, so anything else we want to say before we continue covering the rest of this race here?
Oh, good luck to the runners. Hope they find Kane soon. But thanks for commentating, GGs.
All right,
GG,
thank you.
Solman.
All right, Simo heading over to Trinex. This will be their 7th. So we'll see another Ganon's Tower ascent.
And Sleepy is inside that Ice Palace.
Well, we may get to see where the actual boots are.
Probably on Cold Stair.
That would be the worst.
Maybe.
Had this seed that had like it was just dumb. But the boots were on Cold Stair as part of it, and
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. We have that boot hints, and with how this have turned around, wouldn't surprise me if the boots is on Cold Stair this time around.
Sleepy Knight electing not to do the Ice Palace bomb jump here, which does tend to indicate that there's likely to be a full clear of the dungeon.
And Simo is going to go into GT now. It'd be interesting to see where Simo goes inside GT.
I imagine that the big key will be found pretty quickly either way. Worst case is he goes right side first and continues right side after the first 2 chests.
There's a shovel in GT.
He is going to continue.
Better use that cane you just picked up not that long ago.
The hook shot requires a bomb, which is true. But we found that soon.
Actually, I had to think there for a while. Where did we find the hookshot? But that was in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Mini Moldorm, yeah. There's
the
that
Quake
Quake medallion. Another small key in Ice Palace. The boots being very elusive at the moment. There they are, Big Chest Ice Palace.
Gotta go fast.
Even when you're going slow. Yeah, there was that weird scenario in which you would need the Quake for that big key, but it's very, very rare. As we say, it never happens.
Never happens, but could have happened.
All right, Simo, now having acquired the big key, heading up Ganon's Tower, getting the silver arrows. Yeah, we did. I know, Old Man Sunshine, you're still there in chat. We did surmise that you were probably going to skip the silvers once you got into go mode, because it was in the vanilla big key chest of Thieves Town, which at that point was way out of the way.
That's a swagnet inside of Ice Palace.
All right. Yeah, you never get to see go mode Thieves Town. Yeah, the Sleepy Knight doing the actual vanilla Ice Palace here. Because they elected not to do the bomb jump, which is okay, again, because they were going to full clear it.
Hopefully Sleepy Night will go to Pod after Ice Palace, not going to Misery Mire.
Yeah, there's still far more items left in Pod. And Cold Stare drops Piece of Heart and a red pendant. And Sleepy Knight is probably just frustrated beyond belief at this.
I would assume that he will be more frustrated when he finds that Cane of Samaria later on.
I mean, I think Old Man Sunshine actually was in go mode with 6 crystals left to go.
He was, actually. So he was in go mode for a very long time.
Or at least, mostly go.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the winner of this race. Frostbite there. Well, Sleepy Knight still searching for that Cane of Samaria. Very unfortunate that they found the hammer and left. Let's be fair, it's not an entirely, unreasonable play. You're sitting there in a pendant dungeon, you're just like, okay, I found the hammer. That's good enough. That opens up a lot. Let's go. And you just don't get there. Oh no, Sleepy Knight is going to the big chest of Thieves Town?
Yeah. It's one of those, unfortunately.
That is quite gross. Alright, Simo going up against Aga 2. See if this goes any better than the last Aga 2 fight we saw. Patterns weren't great, I'll give you that.
Good fight for Simo on the Aghanim.
Very well done. And Simo will be heading to Ganon with Tempered Sword and Silvers. Bombs in the big chest of Thieves Town for Sleepy Knight. Very unfortunate. Ugh. I'm just sitting here feeling real bad for Sleepy Knight.
Yeah, you're not alone, Bob. It's hopefully goes to pod now. Oh no. Is this going to be the Meyer play?
Oh no. Don't go to Meyer, no. It's a trap. And nicely into phase 3. Ooh!
No.
And gets knocked in the hole. That is the worst. Though I guess phase 1 and 2 aren't that long to get back through. But still, who wants to come back? Ugh.
Ganon is not playing nice today. That's for sure.
Yeah, we about had a heart attack on Old Man Sunshine's Ganon fight earlier.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, so Dataplet, sorry about that bow situation there. It looked like you saw that the mitts as you were heading up to Hobo, and you were thinking real hard about just going to Hobo real quick. And then you decide, nah.
Simo needs to be a little bit careful now, running low on that health, but I don't know how his potion situation looks like.
I know he's got at least a green one, but a green one will not raise your health whatsoever. Alright, back into phase 3 for Simo. We sure did find the arrows in Thieves' Town. Three torch lights, but still nailing the torch glitch. And there we go.
Get your GG's in chat for Simo.
All right, Simo finishing with an official time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 55 seconds. That is a 12th place finish overall. Still well done, especially after the yanking around that Palace of Darkness did.
It's a pretty good time for that weird position of items in pod.
We'll see if Simo wants to join us or not.
See where Sleepy Night might go when he's done here in Mire.
Who knows? I mean, we've got to hope for their sake that they go ahead and hit up Pod. Otherwise, it's just going to get worse and worse.
I think Sleepy Night have checked all the overworld location you can check. So Pod is probably the only play Sleepy Night's got left, actually.
I'm very, very interested in comparing the final collection rate of Old Man Sunshine to Sleepy Night. It's going to be a large difference.
Oh, it will for sure. Old Man Sunshine's collection rate was crazy low.
Yeah, almost below half. I know that I think it was either the winner or second place in this race said they got 108. Hello, sounds like we have been joined by Simo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
No, Simo's correct.
All right, well, congratulations on that finish. You know, Palace of Darkness did some terrible, terrible things to you, but otherwise, pretty good.
I mean, that was kind of my fault. I really should have stayed in there to just get all the items.
Yeah, you can't... I can't really blame anybody for just bailing after getting that hammer, though. It's just like, oh, well, there's the hammer. I need that for like a million things. Let's go do those.
Yeah, I was just kind of hoping I would find it on the way, but I think it would have been a better play to at least clear out some items.
Yeah, there's two different schools of thought there. It's like, do you clear out the dungeon, hoping to never have to come back, or do you bail and hope to save the time? Speaking of coming back, it looks like Sleepy Night is finally heading back to Pod.
He's gonna be very happy to find out some more, yeah.
Oh, did he do the same thing that I did?
Yeah. Except I think it took Sleepy Night longer to find one other item. It was the bow.
Yeah, I think it was the bow, and then he got the hammer and all that stuff.
Up until I found the hammer in Pod, I felt like I had routed everything very well.
We missed the last word of that sentence.
I felt like I had routed everything pretty well.
Pretty well, okay.
Except for when I got the hammer there. Like I could have benefited from doing pod and Eastern a bit earlier than I did.
Yeah. The the route of Old Man Sunshine, who had just a ridiculous time. He actually did the fake flipper stuff before going to Aga, and so he had the bow coming out of Aga, which made the play towards Pod seem a little better. So yeah, he actually just went straight from Aga to Pod.
I mean, that's a pretty good play, I think, especially with the hint about the flippers. They could have been somewhere a bit out of the way.
Yeah. That hype cave situation with the flippers and the mirror, not to mention the half magic for no reason, that was very surprising to those of us here in the booth.
An actually hype cave.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 9.5.
I mean, when I saw the flipper hint, I figured I'd take a bet on it being hype cave. So I just went and did Aga and came around through Thieves Town.
Yep, and that's a perfectly reasonable way of doing things.
It could have hurt me a lot if it was like an ice rod cave or something that I skipped, and then that might have led to other Dark World access. But I was pretty sure we had to do Aga, so I just wanted to go for it.
Ice Rod Cave was yet another sword, actually. So.
Yeah, I found it later when I was backtracking looking for the Cane of Samaria.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see. Where were the 4 swords? There was the one in the well, the one in Pod, the one in the Ice Rod Cave, and there was one more, Eastern, right?
Yeah, in Eastern.
I must have missed the one in Pod then, because I just had the cane left at that point when I was back in there.
It was in the Dark Maze. So, yeah, if you went to the right first, there was no real reason to go there once you had the cane. All right. So, yeah, other than that, your route there was, pretty solid. And, there's no way you could have predicted that the Cane of Samaria was going to be right there.
I mean, I think if I had found it earlier, maybe I could have saved 5-10 minutes. I don't think I was getting anywhere close to Old Man Sunshine's time, though. That's crazy.
It's pretty amazing time there. And, it just so happened that you were able to get all those items right up front. Old Man Sunshine was actually able to get into potential go mode, which turned out to be actual go mode, with only 1 crystal. And that was the Eastern Palace crystal, because he did that before Aga.
That's pretty nice. That's a pretty nice route.
I do like Seiryu's, or not Seiryu, Sleepy Knight's reaction to finding the Cane of Samaria there.
There are some rage slashes and some bombos.
Rage bombos, like you do. So, yeah, altogether, pretty excellent run. Is there any other comments you'd like to make about the sea, or anything else you want to, bring up?
I mean, I think I have felt pretty good about the seed in general, except for the maybe doing pod earlier and definitely not leaving early. But other than that, I'd just like to thank you guys for volunteering with the commentary and tracking. I've tracked a couple times before. I know it's not always vocally appreciated, so I wanted to give you guys that.
Yeah, the trackers. I have tried to do tracking mostly while commentating, but I've tried to do tracking before, and it is a nightmare. I'm terrible at it, and I am glad there are people who can do this. So thank you so much for that.
All right, I'm going to
For
let
sure.
you guys finish up with the commentary now. Have yourselves a good day.
All right, you enjoy yourself. All right, Sleepy Night heading up Death Mountain. Bit of an unorthodox route toward Turtle Rock, but still a perfectly valid route.
Sleepy's just giving us a little world tour before he's going to clear up Turtle Rock for us.
Most of the time I see people go up the east side, but if you're not particularly comfortable with that, the west side route is still valid. You do have to go over to the Turtle Rock portal then. Oh, come on!
Yeah, that's evil. That's an evil Dead Rock.
That's why I have a song for just that occasion, but I'm not going to sing it.
Oh, come on, Bob. Please sing us a song.
I will put a link to it.
Oh, man. Alright, time for Sleepy to open up. To use that Bombos one time more this seed. Time to open up True Rock.
All right, Sleepy Night heading into Turtle Rock. This will be pretty quick. A unique item is in Mimic Cave. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help.
I do believe that, well, yeah, we haven't seen Mimic Cave, so I don't know what
I mean,
could
is
be
it
in
like
there.
maybe Cane of Burna or something? It could be
Well-
like. It could be the single arrow. Did we see the single arrow?
I mean, I guess it could be Cape.
Could have Cape. Cape would actually be somewhat useful, but I wouldn't go out of my way for it. Ah, we did see the single arrow. I don't expect Sleepy Night to show us what's in Mimic Cave, but we can always speculate. Data. I imagine Data forfeited because there was this whole bow thing that bothered him. He was about to get it going to Hobo, but he didn't, and he saw the mitts and decided to do that instead. And then the bow just, evaded him for so long. He was just like, nope, I'm done.
And I can't really blame him. It was
Oh, you didn't even know the mitts were there? Wow.
that is one good gamble to just take the mitts from the without checking. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I think he had done Swamp at that point, so it just made sense
Ah,
as a
yeah,
check to do
true.
after Swamp.
That hype K gave them that was the care package for Swamp Alice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, so we had seen Hype Cave at that point. When you grabbed it, Old Man Sunshine, we were like, oh man, he's gonna go in there, grab the flippers and mirror and just go. He's going to grab the mitts, and then he's going to go to desert to see if he can be in go mode. And that is exactly what happened. I'm not saying I can read your mind, but I'm not saying I can't.
Yeah, I think all my Sunshine was in go mode like after 40 minutes or something today.
Alright, Sleepy Night. Heading, grabbing the small key. And of course, we'll have to go to Laser Bridge to get the last key. No matter what happens here, we'll see if they decide to go for the big chest or not. That's always a decision. We discussed that a little earlier.
And it looks like they're going for it.
Yep. If they're feeling particularly generous, they could let us see what was in Mimic Cave just for fun. I don't know how much experience Sleepy Night has with Randomizer. Required laser bridge with no invincibility item. Well, let's be fair, I think one of them was in Mimic Cave.
I mean, at this point, there must have been one of them in Mimic Cave. Since, yeah.
We know it's a unique item, and there's not much else.
Because Meyer and Ice Pulse didn't have anything.
Yeah, Sleepy Night does in fact have the mirror shield, so that's just the legit, intended use for the mirror shield. Just to block those lasers. I still wish the mirror shield blocked BMO's lasers.
That would have been great.
Because, number one, nobody likes BMOs. BMOs are jerks. Yeah, red mail does make the laser bridge a little bit more tolerable. I believe with red mail the lasers just do it's one or two hearts. I know with green mail it's 4. I can't remember if it's cold stare damage or just 4 hearts damage. Oh boy. Well, Sleepy Night has plenty of potions.
I think Sleepy had also Ferrite in a bottle.
Yeah. So this is not going to be a problem. And there we go. Sleepy Night finishing it off. Is going to take the death, but get the fairy revival here. So, I thought you were just going for the leet speak there. And then I realized, yeah, the 3 and the E are right next to each other on the keyboard. Again, fall cost you 2 spots. Ugh. Yeah, there was an unfortunate fall there. It wasn't too far into the fight, so it wasn't like the end of the world, but still, nobody likes falling on Ganon.
Oh, Ganon can be a jerk, that's for sure.
Alright, Sleepy Night finally heading to Trinex. Has the gold sword, so should make quick work. One thing I always forget when I have gold sword is that, yes, it kills it in 3 slashes, and you need to switch to the fire rod beforehand.
Down goes Trinex.
Oh, that's what you did, Simo. I was like, I remember you healing up. I just, didn't quite see exactly what you did. And yeah, use the Quake medallion to get the fairy out of the tree outside of Ganon. Alright, so we're gonna see which way Sleepy Knight decides to go in Ganon's tower. Hopefully they decide not to go full right side. That would be unfortunate, but it would give us a much larger difference between the between Old Man Sunshine's and Sleepy Knight's runs.
It sure would. I think there's a little bit difference between Sleepy Knight and Simo as well.
Yeah, having full cleared Misery Mire and Ice Palace. Ugh.
Well, Sleepy's going to go right side. But it's going to be left side now.
Not full right, so that is okay. Not a huge time loss. Just a couple of checks and heading to the left side, which will pay off. Yeah, in this particular seed, you might have caught me going Dark Magician as Old Man did, just so I could see the torch quickly. But normally with this layout, I think I end up going first 2 and then first 2 right and then all left.
It's
The
pretty decent GT.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now time to climb Ganon's tower. The only thing standing between Sleepy Knight and the final boss is a whole bunch of rooms.
A little bit about refight with Lamola, Strollorm, Aga, because we had
Looks
to do
like-
Aga today.
Looks like Sleepy Knight might not quite be aware of how to move the mimics while standing still. The trick there, for those of you playing at home, is to grab the wall while having your hands off the D-pad. So don't touch the D-pad and grab the wall, then start moving. And that will allow you to control the directions of the mimics while staying put. I'm not certain, but it seems like Sleepy Knight might not have as much experience with Randomizer or Link to the Past as some of the rest of these runners. But that is just fine. We take runners of all skill levels, and we'd be happy to have any of you. If anybody's standing around, anybody's just sitting around watching and thinks, this looks like fun, but I'm not nearly good enough to do this. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I have to start somewhere to improve. And I feel like Sleep is doing a pretty good job, actually. And also we got to see those boots this seed.
Yeah. I mean, there have been times when as part of these festivities we have covered races that have taken a very long time, and we're still completely happy to do so. So don't worry about taking too long on stream, or we will be happy to have you no matter what you're doing.
Pretty good climb so far from Sleepy. Closing up on the Troll Dorm 2. There's one room between Sleepy and Troll Dorms. Let's see. He can play nice today. Down he goes.
All right, Sleepy Night making their way to Aga 2. Get to see how geometry treats us today. I believe the operative functions here are sine, cosine, and stab.
That was pretty accurate, Bob.
Oh,
Hagen is not playing nice.
projectiles are not cooperating. I'm sure I would have just an equally bad time trying to do Aga 2 here.
It's not really giving you a good pattern here. There we go, a double. That's nice.
And down goes Aga 2. Time for the Ganon fight. Buttersword Silvers, I think we'll probably be okay.
And Sleepy got a lot of potion as well, so that shouldn't be an issue this time. Ganon should be down pretty fast.
And off we go into phase 1. Quick 6 slashes to move on. And there we go. Now we're into phase 2. Sleepy Knight cautiously staying out of the way. That is perfectly fine. If they get up in the corner, they can be in, like, Spin City. But, and there we go. Sleepy Knight into phase 3. Just one more hit, and that'll put us into phase 4. Sleepy Knight grabbing the lamp to set up for the torch glitch. Just spamming it right next to the torch. That is probably the most consistent way to get the torch. The accidental silverless hit. Oh, no! Oh, it pains my heart. Doing so well.
It was so close to take down Ganon. Got a feel for Sleepy.
At least they can pick up this fairy. Alright, going back for it, getting back on the horse. Or back on the pig as it was. Oh. Stun drop is a fairy. I didn't even notice.
That's a pretty good stun prize.
Alright, that's going to be phase 2 right there. Okay, and the hits for phase 2 don't count until he's actually spinning. Oh, wow! He's actually pulling off the dash strats there on phase 2. Like he was within the circle and pulled off some dashes.
This looks like a pretty fast Ganon fight this time around. There is no messing around with Ganon now.
Alright, one more time. Setting up. Sleepy Knight being very careful this time. Taking no chances, not wanting to get knocked down. This looks like a double, and there we go! Sleepy Knight finishing off Ganon. Well done, GG.
GG's indeed.
And there we go, Sleepy Knight finishing with an official time of 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 44 seconds. That is good for 16th place in the... And it does sound like we are being joined by Sleepy Knight. Hey,
GG,
congratulations
Sleepy.
on that finish. And
Thanks. That was fun.
So how much of this randomizer have you messed with so far?
This is probably like 20th run or 30th run.
All right.
It's always pod is what I'm learning.
Always
Like I
pod,
felt like
yeah.
I was just like cruising, and then like I just kept avoiding pod the whole time. I was like, all right, hammer's there. There's no way there's anything else there. Like
Oh,
3 progression items in pod or something. I think I remember hammer and cane. Something else.
there was a sword, if you want to count
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of a mess. You were definitely not the only person who got baited into leaving pod. There was at least one of our other runners on stream left pod before finding the cane. It was kind of a nightmare for some of us there.
Sorry for putting you guys through that. Holy
Oh,
crap,
no,
old man
no.
Sunshine. 123. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Old Man Sunshine somehow, pulled out one of the greatest routes possible. Actually did the fake flipper early to get the bow, then did Eastern before Aga, and then so they had the bow once they got through Aga, so they went and just did pod immediately.
That's awesome.
And that basically just sealed it. Once they had the hammer and the cane, they went to Hype Cave, and it was just over.
Yeah. Oh man, I felt like so good about my routing early, and then like it became like find the hammer and the cane. That was like where my time went. Like that was gonna be a PB for me until everything was in pod.
Yeah.
Oh well, next time.
I'm kind of interested in finding out your collection rate compared to Old Man Sunshine's, because Old Man Sunshine's was ridiculously low.
I've never seen it run that fast or a collection rate that small.
And you went basically everywhere. No, there's nothing wrong with that. That is just to your credit that you were still able to finish in a reasonable amount of time, still going through all of those locations. But yeah, whew. So I noticed one little issue you had in there, and I thought I might offer some help in that department.
Yes, please.
When you were trying to move the mimics in Ganon's tower. So the trick there is to grab the wall without holding any direction, and then start moving.
Oh my god. Thank you. Because I've just been like trying to like YOLO it for like the whole time. I've been doing that like every run, and then I'm just like, oh, I'll just slash around, and eventually they start moving right. So thank you for that. That'll save me tons of time and headaches.
So that works on all the mimics, including the ones in Mimic Cave and various things like that. I'm actually kind of interested to figure out what was in Mimic Cave. I know you saw the hint saying a unique item was there. We figure it has to be either the Cane of Burna or the Cape at this point.
Yeah, because everything else, there's a hint that said Quake was in Ganon's tower, and I picked up Shovel in Ganon's tower.
Yeah.
And I had everything else.
I feel like you did a pretty solid job, Sleepy. There, like that cane, and it was a pennant dungeon, so don't beat yourself up about it.
Yeah, plenty of people made that same move, and I wouldn't even call it a mistake. It was just a play, and sometimes the play is right, and sometimes the play doesn't work.
Honestly, if I didn't get the boots hint for Ice Palace, I would have gone back to pod sooner. But I was like, I want the boots. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to Ice before I go back to pod.
Yeah, unfortunately, the boots were quite a ways into Ice. It would have been great if they were like the first chest, but no. So, I'm assuming that you didn't do the bomb jump in Ice Palace on purpose, right? You're like,
Yeah, I know I
I'm
was
going to
gonna
clear the
full
place
clear.
out.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'll just do it the regular way. Because if I bomb jump it, then I forget to do stuff.
Right. It
Or you have
did,
to
however,
run.
mean that you had to actually push the block and do the switch thing the old school way, because you didn't have the cane. So it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is like vanilla Ice Palace strats. I have not seen this in forever.
I was honestly like, do I even remember how to do this? Because usually either you have the cane or you can just, bomb jump and go mode it. So it was really weird. It felt weird. I was like, this is weird. This feels horrible. I hope the cane's in the back of this chest.
Yeah, and at that point, the way you're thinking, it could have been there. You got both the keys, and so it could have expected you to come there and get the cane off a cold stare, but nope. The RNG comes and gets you.
If you guys ever see me on a stream again and like pendant pod is an option, I'm going there first and I'm gonna full clear it as soon as I can. Every time now. I don't care.
I don't know if you should necessarily adjust all the way back there, but I feel like maybe if you're gonna go to pod early, it's best to clear it. Or if you're gonna go to a pendant dungeon, it's best to clear it out so you never have to come back. But that may not always be the case either, so.
Yeah, it's hard to choose. It's hard to like read the logic of the seed once it gets to a certain point. Like fairly early, it's like, okay, go here, do this. Oh, here's the good stuff's coming up.
You never really broke logic that much, I don't think.
The only one I broke for was Dark Old Man.
Right. And then, of course, that was immediately rectified when you went over to Paradox Cave.
Yeah. PT Big Key. At least I got an early Big Key.
Yeah. That was good.
160.
Nobody had to go for the torch, though none of us were certain of Old Man Sunshine's go mode until we saw that torch. Because you were definitely the only runner to acquire the Pegasus boots on Restream.
Yeah, I figured it would be. What happened to Dataplit?
Well, he had some frustrations getting the bow. He had the hammer and the cane early on, and then when he was doing the flipper checks, he saw the glove. He was like, "Oh, I'll get the glove," and he thought about going to Hobo and didn't.
I almost went to Hobo early. I like fake flippering, but I don't like fake flippering without Moon Pearl and 500 rupees. So if I don't hit that through Kakariko, I probably won't do it.
I think Old Man Sunshine actually spent some time in the cave just south of Ice Rod Cave, picking up some rupees to get to the 500 mark. Moon Pearl, of course, was I think it was at Link's house. Am I making that up?
Yeah, it was
first item. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so the official difference here is 56 items. 110 for Old Man Sunshine versus 166.
In
what with
about
that?
An hour in play
Misery
time.
Mire and Ice Palace, all those other extra places you ended up having to go. Bunch of overworld checks. It's kind of unfortunate, but it happens.
I'm getting there. I'll break 2 eventually. I thought I was gonna do it on this run, but I avoided pod. I won't do that next time.
You'll definitely get there. The sub 2 is inevitable.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up, Sleepy. You will get it. You will get no time.
I had a fun, that was still a fun run. A lot of things went really well for me. And I did a lot of things, following the logic of the seed. I got a lot of crystals under an hour, which made me happy. Usually, I'm not even stepping into a dungeon until an hour, because I, prioritize overworld, which is kind of a noob thing to do. So, as I, focus on trying to clear the game instead of checking stuff, I see, improvements coming. So it's only a matter of time before it all clicks.
All right. So, anything else you'd like to say before we wrap things up here?
No, thanks to you guys, and thanks to the trackers, and it was a fun run. Can't wait to do the next one.
All right. Once again, I'd like to thank all 4 of our runners. We had Dataplet, Old Man Sunshine, Sleepy Night, and Simo. Thank you so much for running with us today. I would like to thank our trackers, Raylan or Raylan Tankir and Save You for keeping up with all the items on screen. It's a thankless job, and it needs to be done. And, of course, to my co-commentator, Nilson Alex 92, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you, Dr. Bob. It's been a pleasure to do commentary with you. And as you said, thank you to all our runners and to our amazing trackers.
All right, and with that, it's about time to wrap it up. So I will just say that I have been Dr. Bob. And for all of us here at Speed Gaming 3, I will just say goodbye, everybody.
Good night.